Welcome to another Straight Up Tuesday tip. I'm 𝗤𝗁𝗁𝗁. With me as always is Mark Ainley. And with us again, Karen Welch from Moovers Chicago.
Hi,
No,
guys.
no offense to our other sponsors. It's definitely my favorite one to say.
We made it fun, that's for sure.
So, Karen, you were on last time and we talked about just how, a housing provider can put the ball in the tenant's court, or I'm sorry, a housing provider can take control of the situation and say, hey, this is a professional moving company. Here's who I'd recommend just to
Mhm.
make things as, seamless as possible during those heavy transitions. Today, though, we're going to talk about showing and how your company can be of assistance. So why don't we start there? Someone's a realtor is looking to list a house. There's crap everywhere. There's pictures everywhere. What are some of the things that where movers can come in and do some assistance?
Yeah, so one of the things that we specialize in is helping people declutter and pack things, store things for either a short amount of time or a long amount of time, depending on what they're looking for. One of the gentlemen I just booked recently over the weekend needed to declutter his home in Northfield, and he wants to basically put that property up for sale. But of course, his kids have a lot of toys, they have a lot of family pictures, a lot of furniture that, they use, but in a selling situation doesn't look so great because there's just too much, going on at once. And you know how the pictures have to look online. Everything needs to look clean cut, organized, really great. Show off the nice bones of the house, so to speak. So where we can come in and assist with that is basically helping people either do a full or partial pack of small items, books, clothing, dishes, just any extra items that they have that need to be packed and stored. Also, furniture protection while they're storing as well, floor protection, because we know, you're selling your house, you don't want us to come in and scratch up the floor, scratch up the walls. You're trying to avoid and minimize, already damage that's already there that you may have done yourself or your family. So that's where we can come in and assist for sure.
People call us all the time, and one of the first questions they have is, "How fast can you get my place in the market?" Maybe it's somebody looking to move out, or maybe it's a house hacker that's living in the building. They bought their next house hack, but they always want to know kind of how fast can we have this place in the market. And my counter question I always ask is like, well, how fast can you have the place ready? You're living there, you've been there 4 years, you're in a 3-1 or a 2-1, you've compiled a lot of stuff, and these are the kind of the questions we go down. And I'm happy because we could refer you guys as well now too. But it's like, you're going to have to pack all this stuff up, whether it be now or 30, 45 days from now. Get it packed up, get it moved out, leave just certain things behind to make it show well. And we could then come in and get pictures. It ends up being like, what's the soonest point your place can look ready enough to get quality pictures?
Right. And where we come in, which is, kind of seasonally based. I know right now is the time that everybody's buying, selling, everybody's looking at properties. So the market's always heavier in the spring and the summertime, as well as our calendar gets heavy in the spring and in the summer. That's our seasonal, time where we're always busy. But the good thing about working with someone that's family owned and someone that really excels at what they do is we try our best to find space on our calendar. We always send our best crews, especially for, packing items, especially for something like this, because we want somebody out there that's, super experienced, able to handle being very careful in those properties. So we always try to, get a space on the calendar for the customer as soon as possible, especially in this kind of scenario, where they may not have been ready to, approach this as quickly as their realtor was. A lot of times we get that where they're like, well, we just got out of a meeting and we need to get this done in a week. And so we try to tackle that for the customer because it's very stressful for them as well. I know it's stressful relocating, but it's super stressful when you're putting your home on the market, and it's putting you in a very vulnerable position because this is your home. Even though you're moving out, even though you're looking for a new place, it still is your home. So you're kind of putting yourself out there like, hey, what do you mean my space doesn't look nice? Like, we love it here, but they don't understand, like, what you guys go through on your end as like realtors and investors, how you need to have something show ready. And so it's hard to approach it with the homeowner. You know, they get very vulnerable and very kind of sensitive in that situation. And we try to just make it as easy as a process as possible.
Yep. No, makes sense. And for our newer realtors out there, what are some of the common items you see that, experienced realtors are asking sellers to get out of the house? Like, what are some things that someone new might be missing?
Basically a lot of pictures, like family items that are personal items, a lot of personal knickknacks, wall art that's just, some places have a lot of wall art, a lot of family pictures that need to come down. Walls need to be repainted, especially if those pictures or wall arts have been hanging for 10, 15 years. They don't realize there's discoloration underneath that. And, we need to like get everything down to make it look fresh and nice. New paint always helps. Also, extraneous furniture items. If they're looking at going through attic and garage space, sometimes there's just too many bins, boxes, shelving units, stuff like that. Now, also something that we've done is assist with staging as far as placing goes. If you have a kind of a map or an idea of a room where you're like, okay, I need, this sofa there, this bookshelf there. I want to, do this or that with these items. We can also rearrange furniture within your home so that it looks nicer and more spacious, and we can put it where you need it basically, and store it for however long you need as well. And we have had people that have had like kind of crazy situations where they're like, well, I don't think I need this item, go ahead and take it to storage. And then a week later they're like, no, you know what, I need that back out. And we can always kind of be flexible and deliver stuff piecemeal. I have a current customer that I work with, and she lived in a home for 20 plus years. And it's been a very hard process for her selling the home, moving into her new condo. And she's been storing with us for about a year. And everything that's being taken to the new condo, we've delivered it kind of piecemeal because it's too overwhelming for her. She's an elderly client of ours, and it's too overwhelming for her to do this in one lump scenario. So we've been kind of piecemeal moving her out and assisting her setting up furniture and assisting her with like some statuary she has and stuff like that. So that's just one example of how we can do things. We try not to overwhelm someone if stuff gets too overwhelming, because the process is overwhelming as it is, and we don't want to make it more so. We're trying to step in and help. So basically we can do it as a lump kind of scenario, or we can do it piecemeal, step by step for people. It's very customized depending on what their needs are.
All right, good stuff. Mark, we ready to wrap?
Ready to wrap.
All right, let's do it. Who are we playing for?
All right, we're playing for 𝗬𝗃𝗵𝗁. So Alan left us a review on Spotify. So thank you, Alan, for that. And Alan, if myself or Karen get this question right, you get a $50 gift card brought to you by Moovers Chicago.
There you go. All right. So Karen, I drove by the other day. I know you guys are in North Park there, which I previously had not noticed. So Mario's gonna be a complete guess for you here, but North Park has a huge Swedish population. You have, North Park University has ties there, Swedish Covenant, where yours truly was born. And your question is, in what decade did the Swedes start settling in the North Park area? So in what decade they start taking over that area over at Foster and Kedzie, Foster and Kimball? And your options are 1830, 1870, 1910, 1930.
1870.
All right, Karen, what do you want to go with?
I would go with 1930.
All right, Mark, nice work, my man.
Bam. All right.
You said it confidently too. I was like, yeah, he just used some logic there.
No, yeah.
1810 was too, or 1830 sounded a little too early, no?
Yeah.
So, all right, awesome. Well, hey, Alan, you get $50 gift card brought to you by Moovers Chicago. So, that's awesome. So, Karen, thanks for coming on. Always, thanks for being part of the show. Tom, thank you. Listeners, please visit Build Your Team, straightupchicagoinvestor.com. If you got somebody that you're looking for to fill a spot on your team. If you're looking for recommendations that might not be on there, reach out to us. There's a page on there, Ask Mark and Tom. Fill out the form, or you could email us anytime at straightupchicagoinvestor@gmail.com. So Karen, thank you. Tom, thank you. Listeners, we'll see you Thursday.
Thanks.
Thanks
Have
all.
a great day, guys.